Welcome to What's in Your Bag Golf, the only golf channel on YouTube that is completely dedicated to exploring amateur golf equipment. On this channel, I go up to regular golfers and I ask them about the equipment that they play and how they got it. It doesn't matter if they're just starting out or a very accomplished golfer, I'm interested in the equipment and the story behind it. In these 3 following videos, I'm out at Firekeeper Golf Course near Topeka, Kansas, and I was invited out by Shawn, who's going to be on this video, and he was hosting a tournament out there with the Veteran Golfers Association. So thank you, Shawn, for having me out, and thank you to the other golfers who are willing to be on this channel. Let's check out Shawn's bag. Okay, good morning. We're here with Shawn today. He's with the Veterans Golf Association. He's having us out. There's a tournament out here at Firekeeper Golf Course, and you're playing in it, or you're just organizing it?
Yes, sir. I am playing in the tournament.
Okay, cool. So how long have you been playing, Shawn?
So I started playing golf. My grandfather started teaching me when I was about 14 years old.
Okay.
And I played off and on with him until I joined the military. And after I joined the military, I kind of put golf on the back burner for about 15, 20 years.
Okay.
And I just started getting back into it after I retired. And it's really addicting. You know, once you start playing, it's really hard to stop.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. So how long ago was that when you started picking it back up again?
2019, I think, is when I started picking it back up.
Oh, so very recently.
Yes, sir.
Okay. And then what would you say your handicap is right now? What do you play at?
My VGA handicap is at 14.
Okay.
So right around the 80s, mid 80s.
Trending downward? Trending even?
Yeah, definitely after getting fit for clubs. So it made a big difference.
Okay, so you got fit recently? Or
I
back
did.
In
I
2019?
got my clubs August of 21 is when they finally came in. There was a big back order with the COVID stuff.
Okay. Where did you get fit?
Club Champion.
Down in Overland Park?
Yes, sir.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Well, awesome. Well, let's get to the clubs then. Starting with the longest one. What driver are you playing?
I have it's a mixed bag.
Okay.
I have the TSI 3
Okay.
Titleist driver, and it's got the LA Golf 60S stiff shaft. And I also have all my clubs. I have the mid-size grips, which I really enjoy. It makes a difference with how much easier it feels to soften the grip.
Yeah. And with those Golf Pride grips, are they pretty soft? Are they pretty durable?
Yeah. I mean, so far, I've had them a little over a year, and there's like no wear on them at all. So I enjoy them.
So for your driver, about how far are you hitting that?
Well, it's sporadic. I mean, my really good drives, I could fly them about 295.
Okay.
But on average, it's between 275, 285.
Okay. Is it pretty high ball flight, pretty low ball flight?
I have it set up for a little bit of a lower trajectory. It's an 8-degree loft shaft, and I have it turned down a little bit.
Okay.
Because I like to tee it up just a little bit higher, so I can really make sure I'm swinging up on the ball. But it's not a super high flying shot. I bet I could probably get more, but I'd like to have more control and try and keep it out of the wind as much as possible, because up here in Kansas and Missouri there is a lot of wind. So.
Yeah, with that LA Golf shaft, that's a pretty stiff shaft even at the playing stiff, right?
Yeah. So I got when I went in to Club Champion, I told him, I was like, look, I don't care about the brand. I'm not trying to keep everything the same in the bag. I just want the best shot or the best clubs that work for me.
Okay.
And we went through a whole gambit of clubs without looking at what they were. I mean, I knew what the drivers were just by looking at the face of them. But changing the shafts and changing everything else to where it really did make a big difference from the store-bought clubs that I used before.
Okay, fantastic. So second longest club is, do you carry a Fairway wood?
I have a 3-wood, yep, and it is a TaylorMade Sim 2 Max 3-wood. And there is no adjustability on this. They have it adjusted for me, and this has the Diamana, the Mitsubishi Diamana 70. It's just a little bit stiffer.
A little bit heavier too?
I feel it more in the head, which I like, because I feel like I know where the club face is at.
Is that a tee club for you? Is that a fairway club? Is that kind of both?
Both. Yeah, I like using that fairway. This is probably my favorite club in the bag if I was to choose. It's just real consistent. I can hit it off the tee, and I can also hit it off the fairways if I have it, or even if it's lifted up a little bit on the rough, I can hit it out.
So with that being your favorite club, do you have like a favorite memory with that club? Is there a best shot that you can really think that stands out?
I just did a tournament a month and a half ago. It was for Police Officer Association at Shamrock Hills Golf Course in Lee Summit, and hole number 18 is a par 5. I had a nice drive, maybe 280, 290, and I still had another 280 to the green.
Okay.
I don't know if you ever played out there.
No, I haven't yet.
But I mean, it was a perfect shot. It landed and it rolled. It was about 1.5 foot for my eagle putt. So it was probably the best shot I've ever had with that club.
That's incredible. Yeah. That's amazing.
Doesn't happen often.
Well, hey, with your favorite club, that's also really cool.
Yes, sir.
That's probably another reason that's your favorite club as well.
Yeah.
Cool. Well, from there you move to, it looks like you do have a hybrid.
I do. I have this. This actually is the only club that I've kept from my other clubs. I had bought it was a Callaway set, and this is the old Diablo 3-iron with the Tour stiff flex. So I don't know it doesn't say how many grams it is, but it is still a stiffer flex, because I do kind of have faster down or swing speed, excuse me. But yeah, this is kind of always my go-to if I need to hit right around between 200 and 230, 240.
Okay.
Because if I mean anything more than that, I'll use my 3-wood, but I'll just have to choke down a little bit, because my 3-wood, I can almost hit that as far as the driver sometimes.
Oh, really?
Depending on if I hit it square in the face and stuff.
Yeah. So that club, that hybrid, is more for into greens?
In betweens.
Okay. And do you hit off the tee as well?
I will on like some of the shorter par 4s.
If you really need it.
Fairway's tighter, and I need to keep that. I want to make sure I have that controlled shot.
Yeah. So the clubs that you were playing before, was it just a Diablo kind of box set?
It was like the cavity back. Supposed to be real big forgiveness, but I guess the standard shaft is only, is it 35 or 40 grams, the shaft, so it's real whippy. Okay. And I was always slicing the ball real bad. So when I went and actually got fit and they started putting stiffer shafts on there, my slice is basically gone, and now I'm actually straight and more of a draw lie.
A little draw. So what about that club in particular kind of rolled over to your bag? Because I noticed a lot of people will keep like one club that they're like, I just can't get rid of that club.
And I don't know if it was just the way they put it together. It felt right. Like I would be able to look at a shot and be able to almost hit it with that 3 hybrid. So I was like, and I have a 5-wood, but I just took it out of the bag because it's not as consistent as that 3. That 3 I can just, I don't know. It makes it easier for me to hit the shots that I need to with that.
Awesome. So from your 3, you go into your irons, is that right?
Yep.
Okay. What irons are you playing now?
I have Cobra, the Forge Tech. Okay. And it's a 4-through gap wedge. Okay. And the shafts on these are the Modus. Extra stiff flex, 120 gram. So they are a lot firmer of the club.
Yeah, and I noticed that they pured them.
They did. Yeah. That was, probably won't do that again, but
really?
It was expensive. It's almost $100 a club.
Wow, okay.
But I wanted to get fit for clubs and be like, I'm not doing this again. The only thing I might have to do is just re-grip or maybe have the faces resurfaced or something like that. But it was an expensive ordeal, but it's made a world of difference. I recommend to anybody, amateur, pro. I mean, the pros get them, but night and day, my golf game from store-bought clubs to actually getting fit for clubs.
It's been fantastic. That's awesome. So that's from 4, you said the pitching wedge?
4 to gap wedge.
Oh, to gap wedge. So do you have 2 specialty wedges in there?
I do. I have a 54 and a 58, the Titleist Vokey.
SM8s?
Yep.
Nice.
SM8s. So I have a 54 and a 58, which I do enjoy both of them. My old bag, I used to have a 60, but it tended to have a lot more flies, and I would thin it out and blow it across the green. Sure. So I do like the 58 and 54. Honestly, I think I've been using the 54 more with those short shots. Yeah. Because I can get those nice pump and run rollouts with that, as opposed to the 58. It kind of stops things.
So will you chip with both, just depending on, if you're short-sighted or something like that?
Yeah, depending on where I end up. If there's a bunker in front of me, a lot of times I'll just use the 58, so I make sure
to pop it up and over.
And I'm mean, I'm no pro. I'm still trying to learn the game, but
Sure,
I'm trying
yeah.
to do what I can.
Well, I mean, this channel is all about just amateurs and their golf equipment, so
Yeah.
that's cool.
Yeah.
And then, so your 54 and 58 are Titleist, and then what's your putter?
So my putter, I actually, I got this on sale. It's a Cleveland Huntington Beach soft. I got this on sale at Dick's Sporting Goods. I had another putter that was in here, and it just was not consistent. And let me go back just a bit. I did get a full bag fitting from Club Champion, but I never got fit for the putter.
Okay.
Because we ran out of time.
Oh, okay.
And I went back just a few weeks ago, and they were able to do the putter fitting for me for free.
Okay.
So I brought this, and I went through a whole bunch of different putters. And this one, he actually bent the shaft for me, and it's the same design putter, a mallet putter that I'm supposed to use. And I just needed to add some weight, so I bought some lead tape to put on the front of this. And this is actually going to be the first time I'm using it on the course today.
Okay.
After the bend and everything, but
yeah,
I'm excited for it because I was always uncomfortable. Like when I get over the club, or when I get over my ball, I didn't feel like I always had that consistent line.
Yeah.
And the way the putter was set, after he bent it, I've got a really consistent squared up on the ball, and the line's good, and it just feels better. So I'm excited to see how it works today. So.
That's awesome. So, and that's also a cool testament to Club Champion that they were like, hey, this is probably going to work the best for you, like the one that you have from.
Yeah, I mean, there was another putter that they recommended that I get, but it's almost identical to what I already had.
Yeah. So if anybody's on like the fence for fitting, that's like, hey, you know, they'll tell you what you need to know.
Yeah, if you have a putter that you like, they'll stack your putter up against all the other ones that they already have. And there was no pressure to like, oh, you have to buy this one. I spent almost 2 hours with the guy, and he bent my shaft and set it up properly, and I'm real happy with it. So
very cool. Well, just kind of rounding this interview out, do you play a particular ball? Or are you kind of a guy who just goes out and finds, you know, like balls on the range or something like that?
Usually I start with one and I find 4 or 5 others while I'm out there. No, I enjoy, to be honest, I really like the Kirkland balls. They're cheap. That's probably why I buy them. But they really feel, I like that soft, like the Pro V1. Yeah. Is that urethane finish? Yeah. Yeah, compared to like a Top Flight where they're real poppy and loud sounding when you hit them. But good response on the greens. The Kirklands, I've read that they're just a little bit bigger, so they won't travel as far, but I'm not that good, so I don't notice a difference. Sure. They don't last as long as a Pro V, but for, what is it, $24 you get 2 dozen. Yeah. I don't care. It's pretty hard to beat that value. Exactly. Yeah, very cool. So that's normally what I play. Yeah, and then your bag is a pretty sweet looking bag. Thank you. Yeah, I kind of, as a veteran, I'm proud of America. I got the whole red, white, and blue thing going on. So I found that at Golf Galaxy. Okay. And I actually had a different bag, and I liked having the hybrid ones where you can put them in the cart or you can walk around with them. Yeah. And the clips had busted on the strap, so I went back in and they didn't have the same clip that they could exchange it for me. So they exchanged it for this one, which is actually almost $100 upgrade, and I didn't get charged for it. So well, very cool. Really cool. Yeah, that's awesome. Any like interesting little trinkets in the lucky ball marker or anything like that? I do like to collect ball markers at different courses that I've been to, but the one that I kind of gravitate towards all the time is this one here. It's the U.S. Army. It's got the black and yellow on one side and all black on the other. And I don't know, I like this one, so I keep it. Yeah. Awesome. All right. Well, thank you so much. I hope that you play really well today. Thanks. And shoot a low score out there. Appreciate it. Thanks for being on the channel. Awesome. All right.